it's Kia Johnson with another episode of RainbowMe approved children's books, and it is Black History Month. So we are celebrating by introducing you to some children's books that focus on Black queens and kings. First, we have Queen Nefertiti of Egypt, and the book is called Nefertiti, the Mystery Queen. This book is written in the first person by an imaginary Nefertiti telling her story. For years, it was doubted that she even existed because her name wasn't in any official record, only in Egyptian stories. But then her tomb was found in 1912. Nefertiti was the queen of Egypt in the 14th century BC. Her husband was Amenhotep IV, the very interesting pharaoh who tried to change Egypt from a nation that worshipped many gods into a nation worshipping only one, Aten, the god of the sun. Nefertiti was also the mother-in-law of King Tut. So one of the reviews for Nefertiti says, "This book was great. My name is Paola and I am in 6th grade. This month, January, my class had 3 weeks to do a report on an Egyptian leader. I picked Nefertiti. I found this book, Nefertiti Mystery Queen, and it was the formula to all my sources. I needed to write my report in first-person point of view, and this book gave me the right idea on how I should write my report. The pictures in it also helped me think of props I could use for my report. This book is great. I recommend it." Our next book is called African Beginnings, and this book shares stories of many kings and queens from Africa. This book is for grades 3 and up, and this informative picture book is a handsomely illustrated overview of Africa's ancient empires. From thousands of years ago, when the Sahara was green and fertile to the peak of the African slave trade in the late 1700s, many cultures flourished. Readers learn that Egypt was once ruled by the Kushites, whose kings were shown in temple and tomb depictions as black pharaohs. European explorers and exploiters ignored the continent's past in their preoccupation with treasure. The slaves who survived the brutal journey of the Middle Passage brought with them their rich oral history and traditions, eventually blending elements of their culture with those of the New World in North, Central, and South America. There is just enough information in the text to leave children curious to learn more about these ancient empires, and the extensive bibliography points to more detailed sources. Cooper's understated paintings and muted colors effectively convey a feeling of strength and power. That was actually one of the reviews. That was an educational review. But I'll share with you one of the other reviews here. And it says that this book was very informative and full of wonderfully painted pictures. It has much information on many of the main countries in Africa, including music, religion, etc. Great book for reports for the kids in school. Another person loved the illustration. So it has some great illustrations, and it's apparently a great resource for history as well. And our last book focuses on one of the greatest kings, not only in Africa, but in the entire world, and also one of the richest people that has ever walked on this earth. And his name is King Matsumusa. So King Matsumusa was a ruler, scholar, statesman, and devout man of faith. Matsumusa was a 14th century African emperor who reigned over the Mali Empire from 1312 to 1337. Learn of his accomplishments as king and how he came to be recognized as the richest man in history. So this man alone was worth what would be in today's value trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. Can you imagine, number one, being the richest man to walk the earth, and number two, not having had anyone surpass that yet? So how do you amass that amount of money, and how does it not continue to follow you and your legacy? Very interesting. Interesting read. Probably should pick it up and check it out for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. And that will conclude our RainbowMe approved books for Black History Month, Kings and Queens of Africa. Hope you enjoyed it, and check you next time.